So if Jesus has forgiven my sin, past, present, and future, why do I have to live free from sin? Welcome back. We're going through God's emergency numbers in Scripture. Scriptures you can go to that are going to be able to help you when you're answering tough questions in your life. And today is a perfect example of this. This is our 9th emergency number, and it's 1 Corinthians 10:23 through 24. Paul writes, "You say I'm allowed to do anything, but not everything is good for you. You say I'm allowed to do anything, but not everything is beneficial." We're going to come back to that word. "Don't be concerned for your own good, but be concerned for the good of others." The word beneficial, we can also put in the word fruit. It doesn't produce good fruit when we keep walking in sin. And the fruit that the Bible talks about is the fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, self-control. These are things that, with a relationship with God, should be being produced in our lives. And if it's not, there's something that's in the way. And that something that's in the way is sin. The word sin actually means to miss the mark. You have a target. God made you to hit the target in your day-to-day life with Him and with other people. And when you get focused on yourself, when you practice selfish behavior in your life, when you let pride take over in your life, you are going to miss the mark because it's not about us. Think about it. A fruit tree. Does the fruit tree eat its fruit? No. What's the fruit for? One, the fruit tells us, is that a good fruit tree or a bad fruit tree? Does your behavior show that you're a God believer, a God follower? Or does it show that you really don't love God as much as you think you do? And then there's seed inside that fruit. When that seed falls to the ground, it produces another tree just like it. But what if it's bad fruit? It's going to produce another bad fruit tree. So yes, Jesus has forgiven my sin. If I've asked Him to forgive me of my sin, He's forgiven my sin, past, present, and future. But should I then keep going on practicing sin, practicing the thing that separated me from God in the first place, that doesn't produce good fruit in my life? No, there's no benefit to it. But the problem we have right now is so many people are thinking, well, we're adults, we're a democracy, we can make decisions for ourselves. What if we just decide as a society that something, we've said that that's wrong, but if we all agree that it's okay, that people shouldn't get offended by it, then what's the big deal? It is a big deal. We don't get to decide what right and wrong is. God decides that for us. I'll give you a perfect example. During World War II, the German people decided that they were going to make a decision for one particular social group within their society, the Jewish people. It was called the Jewish dilemma. They began rounding Jewish people up, first putting them in ghettos for their protection, and then moving them to labor camps because, well, they're just not filling their role in society. And then those labor camps turned into concentration camps, turned into extermination camps. And all of the German people decided that this was what was right. This would solve their Jewish dilemma. So for people that hid Anne Frank and her family, Jewish people, and were trying to help people escape, it was actually against the law for them to do that. We talk about 6 million Jews being killed by the Nazis during World War II, but 3 million Christians and other political prisoners who were trying to help the Jews escape were arrested because society deemed that illegal. But it wasn't illegal to lock the Jews up and to exterminate them. Guys, we can't decide for ourselves what right and wrong is. Just because we agree that something is okay doesn't mean it's okay in God's eyes. Doesn't mean it has horrible, horrible, and disastrous consequences. So it is so important that when we allow Jesus to come in, we ask him to forgive us of our sin, past, present, and future, that we don't go back to that sin, that we don't let that sin dominate our lives anymore. Because if it does, it really proves we're not free from sin. We still have a problem. So guys, we love you so much. Stay in the Word. We get so many people that comment every week, hey, I love that last emergency number. When's the next one coming out? Be sure to hit like, subscribe, and the bell notification so that way each week you get notified when the next one comes out. We'll see you soon.